Hello. Yeah, all good. I just wanted to ring you because my circumstances have changed, and in short, I'm handing in my resignation. I'm going travelling next year for a long time, and I am like 6-9 months plus. That's mostly why. I mean, I've been thinking about it for a long time, just waiting for the right opportunity to, you know, go ahead, and just things have pretty much, yeah, see ya. All right. Bye.
So, is it done?
It is done. I just quit my job. The shackles are released.
Yes.
I'm definitely off the call, yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm a bit antsy now.
what's the phrase? Add the frying pan and into the fire.
Add the frying pan into the fire, yeah.
Okay. So we need to tell you what's happening.
Want to go for a walk?
Let's go for a walk.
Let's go for a walk.
Because
I do much better whilst moving.
Yeah, I'm a bit excited, and I think I'll just be like shaking the van.
Oh look, my workplace.
Oh look, your soon-to-be ex-workplace.
Indeed. Don't worry, guys. All will become clear. Run across the log. Run. So, I suppose I should explain a little bit about what's happening, because it's been a bit of a whirlwind this morning, you could say. Wouldn't you say?
You could say that.
If you don't already know, I work, or used to work now, part-time literally to afford us building the van. Part-time so that I can still work on the van, edit videos and so on. But kind of over the last couple of months, we've been thinking to ourselves, what's the goal? And
one of the most frequently asked questions that we get are, what are your plans? When is the van going to be finished? Well, the van is probably never going to be finished, but it is coming to a point where it's becoming livable. I think at this point there's only some plumbing that needs to be done and a few other storage bits. Yeah,
but the heating is done, the electricity is done. We lived in it for 5 days at Stratford and we felt perfectly comfortable in it.
So basically, some of you may know that we were sort of planning to leave the country by April 2022.
That's the year.
Okay, and that would have given us enough time to have a little bit more of a savings bank before we actually go, so Sam would have carried on working until roughly then. But honestly, juggling the part-time job with van building, with business building, and everything else that we had or we have on the line, it has been really, really difficult. Oh yeah! We need sticks. Kids, don't do this at home. Your stick is weak. I wasn't doing anything. Stop it.
So it got to the point where we just felt like it needed a change.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I mean, a lot of you will know this, but for any of you aspiring, shush plane, I'm being all philosophical.
Okay.
So if any of you aspiring van converters and people who want to get into van life, doing your own van build does take over your life. I mean, it depends how complicated you make it and how adventurous you want to be with the build as to how much it overtakes your life. But
it does.
But once you do the van build, the build is your life. You think about screws, plumbing, electrics, things that you don't. Maybe it's your thing, but usually most people don't like to think about all of these utilities all the time.
Yes.
And essentially that's what you do. And many of you who have been with us for a while would know that we started this van build, van life journey quite a few years ago. And quite a few are getting a bit annoyed with us that we're not done yet.
Don't worry, we're annoyed that we're not done yet either.
Like, if you're annoyed, just think about how annoyed we are.
So that, in combination with having to deal with my work, which, by the way, since it's working in travel and finance, has been quite heavily interrupted by the situation that's going on and is still not fixed, and basically it's just taking mental load space in our head.
And essentially it's all about time here, really. So his part-time job takes about a third of our time. The business and videos and such takes another third, which leaves the van build stuff left in the last third, but that includes most of the research and stuff. So really we only have about 2 days to build, which is essentially just weekend builders. Hence why it's taken years to actually get anything done.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, we were like, okay, well, if we're not leaving in April, and if we would like to leave in January, which it is a real possibility that we'll leave the country and go to the continent in January, we need basically all hands on deck. 24/7.
And that means me basically cutting loose the ties and quitting my job, which is what I did this morning when I rang my manager, who was very pleased that I was quitting. That's sarcasm. She was not pleased.
Ooh, look at that! I'm telling you, I'm gonna perfect these Tarzan skills.
Talking about quitting job and hunkering down for January.
Oh, I thought we were talking about how awesome my Tarzan skills are.
Well, you were talking about that.
Nah. I know everybody's here to watch me, perfect my ninja skills.
Climb that tree. That does not count as climbing a tree.
What do you mean? It's a tree, I'm on it.
It's a stump of a tree and technically you're on it, yes.
I climbed a tree. What we have essentially done is throw ourselves into limbo. So essentially we obviously don't have as much savings at the moment as we would prefer before going to Europe. So we are looking at some Christmas jobs to basically do just give us a boost. Obviously Christmas hours are usually like crazy hours and we'll be knackered and both of us will be working full time. So that's kind of the thing we're looking at to sort of get our timeline accelerated. I mean, we can leave in January with the savings we have now. Though then Sam getting a remote job to help us basically be more financially stable during our travels, because obviously as some of you may know, we're building a business around sort of the van build stuff. We're producing templates of the things we've built, so if you want to copy that or you need extra instruction, then you can go get those. Sort of a shameless plug here. The templates and workshops page is live. You can now go see what's available and you can register your interest for anything and everything that is listed on there. There's quite a few things that are in the pipeline but are not released yet, and you can basically sign up for them if you would like that to happen sooner.
Indeed. But the whole
gives
point
me more
is
encouragement to do it.
Exactly.
Just register your interest and now push me to kind of like, oh, somebody's waiting for it, I'll go do that. But essentially
all those things basically take time to do, and if we're away from the van build, we're traveling, we can do it on the road. That's kind of the whole idea of our plans. So that is essentially where we are at the moment, and this literally all kind of accumulated in the past week or so. I mean, we've been thinking about it for a while.
Well, I guess we're the sort of people that we actually function a lot on gut feeling. I know we seem to basically plan everything and we're quite methodical and stuff, but honestly, we actually try to balance the two. Yes, we do rely a lot on logic. We like knowing stuff, and we like knowing how things work essentially before we make a decision, which makes us seem logical, which is not a bad thing. But like many of you know, logic has its limits and it can be quite restricting, and that's why we wait for the right moment, and then when we get the gut feeling, like when we bought the van, we bought the van nine months earlier.
And we bought it within 2 days of finding it online, and we were just like, yeah, that's the right van, let's go and see it. Went there, 3 hours later, bought it. Just boom.
And this is a similar thing. It's like, okay, we're coming to the end of our tether, and it's time to go.
It's reaching breaking point, and we were just like, we either have two options, this or that, and we're just like, well, let's just go in and see what happens.
And I hate feeling stagnant, and obviously the van build has kept us really busy, so I haven't felt like that. But now that we are approaching that moment of completion, I'm starting to feel like I haven't moved a lot, and obviously the lockdowns didn't help with that. If the lockdowns weren't there, we would have been moving a lot more. But we couldn't help that, obviously.
So since the van build is coming to its end, we're thinking, what's next? Like, we were always previously thinking, what's next in the van build? But now the van build's kind of like tumbling towards its end. It's like, what comes after that?
Hold on, I'm short. I'm not in take.
There you go. Right. So I'm sure the next question that's all on your minds is, so we said we're going to Europe, but where are we going?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, you just quit your job like this morning.
I know. So, I mean, we've looked at a map of Europe. We've got some ideas. We do have to follow the Schengen shuffle, because even though
you're annoying.
I'm annoying. She's part of the EU. I'm not. So we still have to deal with that. Hi.
Hi. Oh, carry on. So honestly, people are heading to Turkey, so we might sort of head that way too.
Tag along with them.
We know we want to kind of go to Bulgaria for a little bit because we miss the food. But it's like all of the countries there, like everything's up for grabs. So honestly, if you know you're gonna be somewhere, you can let us know. And if we happen to be around, we might sort of bump into you. Really, we're just gonna be like, oh, there's something cool there, let's just beeline to it, or make a few kind of slow travel, a few pit stops. If there's some meetups or something, we might head to them. Like all of these things, basically, we don't know. You can give us all the advice you have, insurance-wise, and because we have to follow the Schengen rules, because Mr. here, is part of the British
United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom community only.
The ununited kingdom, is it so forth? No,
don't get political.
Okay.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
None of that here. We're talking about fun travel stuff.
Fun travel stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
So in short, we don't know where we're going, how long we're going for, but we'll kind of play it by ear. And we'll see what happens. So yeah. That is all exciting news, and
it's incredibly liberating.
Yes, I can't tell you
to know that in 4 weeks' time, I don't have to ever hear about the Sainsbury's shifts.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's all. I mean, I've had to, because I'm the only one left in my team. I've had to kind of deal with this for a long time, and it's not something I'm interested in nor want to deal with. So
really, shift patterns not interesting to you?
But I'm mostly glad that it's just, I feel a huge weight just off my shoulders, a big relief, and I can almost relax a little bit and start focusing my mind towards stuff that we actually care about.
Yeah, which is like finishing the van and like
going. Precisely.
So
yeah. All fun and games coming ahead, isn't it?
Send us your thoughts. Any tips as to where to go? Would love to hear them, and
I guess we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
Bye. You literally just waved in front of my face. You didn't even see my cool flick.
Oh, fine. Go do your cool flick again.
Bye.